Hello guys, welcome. Sunday evening, and as I usually personally call it, Renko Sunday. Very often on Sunday evenings, I go through the charts using the Renko bars. And if you don't know exactly what the Renko bars is, you can basically just Google it. There it is. And you can have a quick grasp of what it really is. So again, I would urge you to do that and play around with it. I did do some videos before on the Renko, explaining it a bit what it is. Definitely go search it. I think you can find it within the videos on my channel. And today we will be looking into using Renko on some of the uranium miners just to see how useful it can be. This is not, a video where you will find. Actually, there is a some few that is about to break out, but some of them has broken out and has run quite far. But I want to show you the power of the Renko. It removes the noise, basically keeping only price as the most important thing. Also, yesterday I did a video on uranium juniors versus Cameco. It did receive a lot of good feedback, so thank you very much. And definitely, if you haven't seen it, check it out. We are looking into if it is better to be in some juniors compared to Cameco. Cameco has done insanely well. I think Cameco will still do great in this bull market. But again, is there better options than Cameco right now? Check it out if you want to see that. I do think it will bring you some good value. At least I hope so. With that said, Renko bars. Let's dive into the business here. Again, I have labeled these were the tickers that we went through yesterday, and we will go back, and look into that again in the weeks to come to see where we are at. People have asked me if we can do some sort of recap or later review on where we are in time, just to follow up on these kind of videos. I'll definitely do that for some of the videos. But for now, Renko removes the noise completely. It's only price, nothing more, nothing less. As you can see down here, the timeline here is very disordered. You can basically see from here to here, that's 2 years. And then, this is 3 years. Again, you need to do a little bit of research to understand why. But definitely, we're only looking at price here. So the charts, this is FUU, F3 uranium, looks completely different when you look at it from if you use the standard Heikin-Ashi or candles or line chart. Very, very different. Anyways, here we have FUU. Goes back to roughly 2013, so 10 years worth of price action. Straight off the bat, we can easily identify this falling wedge right there. And as you can see, we broke out roughly around here, actually in 2023, of the falling wedge. Also to note, you can clearly see right there, we have a very big inverted head and shoulders that triggered upon the breakout. Very, very strong, very powerful. Also, you can see here, we came all the way up. And then again, we had a inverted head and shoulders, and we are breaking again. Very clean levels breaking through. Actually, on this chart, it is 0.45. That was the trigger. So whenever we made a new bar right here, that's the trigger point right there. If you look at it on a candlestick basis, I think it is 0.5 actually. But again, more or less the same. But anyway, very clean lines there. And definitely you can see here that now FUU is printing green Renkos. And that is a clear definition that we're in the trend. This is trending. And again, we have broken here. We have at least a move up. If you do the measured move, we are going higher. And so yeah, it will bring you very clean breakouts. You can clearly see how well defined it can be. And I assure you, if you go back and look at these charts on a standard, candle, you will not see these kind of formations. Sometimes when you go to a Renko and you look at a stock, it is completely nonsense. There's nothing to gain from it. So it's not always that you get these perfect lines here. Maybe we can go through one that has, no value with regarding to Renko. Also here we have FSY, that is Forces Metals Corporation, a $200 million market cap company. going back, again, you can clearly see the time distortion from here to here. That is 12 years. And then from here all the way down to there, that's roughly 2 years. So the time is distorted quite heavily. But what I like here is about this chart is we have the all-time high here. One move down, second, third, and you can clearly see the golden trend line coming all the way down here. And what's happening now is actually that back in, late summer 2023, that's also when we turned really bullish. That's when URM and URA broke out of its 18 months long consolidation. That's also when Forces Metals broke out of its Renko golden trend line here, and we're coming up now. So in my view, we have also a well-defined channel here. You can call it a bear flag, obviously. But again, I still think we are roughly at 1.1 here. We can still go to roughly 1.4. That is my take for this move here. If you look at it from a purely Renko on a Renko chart here. And again, this is a bear flag, no doubt about it. But again, we have broken a long-term downward trend here. So let's see how it plays out. Again, I'm hugely bullish on the uranium market. So I do have a good feeling that we will negate this bear flag. But again, we have to wait and see, obviously. The chart doesn't care about your feelings or anything. So hopefully we get up to here, a bit of a pullback, and then we can negate that. I will not go that low. Negate that bear flag. Again, very clean breakout on a Renko. Right there, that's the entry. Yes, you can see that you have some false breakouts here, but definitely this move is legit, no doubt about it. FCY, this is Fission Uranium Corp. Again, this is a one-line chart that I usually call it. All-time highs here in 2014, one line, connection, and breakout. Right there, that is the entry. Sometimes you can keep it really simple. Also, we have some lines there that is pretty well defined, obviously. But again, this chart on a Renko, you can have as a one-line chart, really. That is your trigger point. You can also see the breakout, the retesting on the Renko, and we're blasting off. So from a Renko point of view, very simple stuff to do. And yeah, sometimes one chart, one resistance zone can explain the entire chart, or the bullish or bearish. And right there, breakout retest, hugely bullish. Mega uranium, I want to show you, we have to go far way back here to 2007. Again, one line here, one golden trend line here, connection, and then you have a bit of a wiggle room there, huge retest again. So what is happening now on the Renko? You can actually see here that if we align these two here, that we are breaking out again on mega uranium from that smaller time frame. By the way, this is a 10-year long. You can see it down there. The time distortion is just quite big. So this is roughly a 14-year long trend line that we are breaking as we speak. Also, one thing I want to show you, look at it here. That is just textbook head and shoulders, 2009, we're breaking down. That is your exit if you were in, right? That means we're no longer in a bullish uptrend. So again, also they're pretty damn well defined. You can actually extend it out to here. So that is a very important level here, and it is my take. If we get there, that will be massive resistance, because this was the previous level where we ended, the bull market for mega uranium here, at least this move up there. When we went below, that is, the negation, and we are going into a bear market. But again, here we are breaking out. That is a beautiful start. Also quite similar, not entirely as perfect, but you have a massive level broken here at roughly 0.37 on the mega uranium chart. And yeah, I do think we have a lot higher prices to come for mega uranium, also looking at the original candles, but also the Renko. So again, very clean, very well defined. Cameco, I want to show you. Again, I want to show you something very, very nicely here. In the previous bull market, again, you have the same not the same, but you have a massive topping formation on the chemical chart. We are breaking down a bit of a, retest that went back above the neckline, but ultimately coming down there. Also note a huge retest over here again. So the line is very well respected, that neckline right there. Also here, you can see it there, extension, boom, boom, confirming resistance, break above, support, blast off. So again, sometimes you get some very well-defined trend lines purely based on price action. Also, what I want to show you here is that trend line right there, which is basically, again, massive inverted head and shoulders. And once we broke, it has been a blast off for Cameco on a Renko again. Yes, we had a fake out here, but again, when we get, the second above there, that is the entry. And again, you can use the Renkos quite nicely to find massive, very, very important levels, but also very important trend lines. Very simple here. So we are in a huge uptrend here, small pullbacks on the Renko, and definitely we are trending heavily. So again, if we, like over here, get a bull flag, right, you should buy into that, obviously, when we break that bull flag again. But for now, we're trending heavily on the daily Renko, chart. SVV, that is Canada, Alaska, uranium. And again, I want to show you here, the March 2020 meltdown was actually just a visit, from 2015. The all-time low there, that was support here again. And now we are, I know if you go to the original candles, we haven't broken out of this here. But again, on a Renko, we haven't entirely broken out. We're about to, but again, we need that last bit of horizontal. Basically what I've done, there you have the main golden, and due to the fact that we have these two here, I copied it, and you have a double rail golden resistance right there. But we are trying to print that next Renko bar. So I think if we get it above 0.7, that is when we print the next one, and we will confirm a breakout from a pivot level there, and you can see connections there as well. So Canada, Alaska on a Renko here is about to break out of a 2 years worth, 2 years worth, 3 years worth of trending right here. Next up, we have EU. I just want to show you very simply. Again, very well-defined bull flag. But when we broke, it's just blast off. Again, very simple setup, but again, very powerful. Massive bull flag 2021 all the way down, and the trigger was, roughly 4.2. That was the big level to get through. Very simple bull flag on the Renko. Again, sometimes you don't need much more. You only need 1 or 2 lines or a bull flag or a resistance level. You don't have to make it that complicated, really. Laramide here, we have to zoom way out, way out here to show you. We are now back in 2007. Again, look at the time distortion here. This is 14 years worth of trading, and this is 1 year. You can clearly see the compression in price. One line, massive golden trend line, golden resistance. And you can see here, if we zoom in, we are now breaking above that beautiful long-term golden trend line on a Renko. Again here, very well-defined bull flag, also breaking out. So there's a lot of good stuff going on a Renko chart for Laramide right here. That I can tell you. Also here, again, you can see it very well-defined. Let's make it golden, or green, whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's make it, oh, that's a beautiful color. Again, very well-defined. That's your entry right here, roughly at 0.5. Yes, we had a massive move up, and now we're coming back up again. But again, you can see, you can also look back here. You can also see here, if you go over to here, look at it there. Resistance, resistance, resistance on a Renko. So again, also as resistance, it acts as a very, very important right there. URG, different take here again. Sometimes all you need is a simple resistance zone, a simple trend line. Same here again. We have a support and resistance zones between 1.9 to 2, roughly. You can see it right here. there it is, 1.9 and 2.0. Again, we are trying to get through and maybe do a retest, but definitely getting through this zone will make it, will flip it as resistance to support when we get above there. So we are on the border now to flip that massive support and resistance zone into support. Also note this beautiful inverted head and shoulders going back 13 years on a Renko. Very well defined in my view. So yeah, I would have preferred not to have the pits here for the right shoulder higher than the left pit, but okay, sometimes we don't have to be that picky. But anyways, again, beautiful. So getting above 2, ideally above 2.1 here, taking that false breakout high there. Then URG is also joining the party in my view. Yep, UROY, I want to show you. Again, UROY here on a Renko. You can see here we're about to, this could be a false breakout. We're about to print a red Renko right there into some support right here. But again, this looks very, as long as we're above the green support in my view here, this one should break out of this 3-year long bull flag right here. Peaking above, we are right now roughly here in price. Yeah, makes sense right there. So this could be the breakout retest, and hopefully we go. The confirmation is when we print a new Renko above 3.6. But again, beautiful bull flag right here on UROY. That's Uranium Royalty Corporation. UUU. As you can see here, I want to show you when sometimes Renko doesn't make any sense. You can see here, it's very difficult to do anything with these, you know, on a long-term perspective. What I do want to note is actually, if we go down here, this looks like it's very short-term. It's not. It's 12 years worth of price action. And what I'm noticing in here for the Renko is, yes, you have guessed it, a confirmation of that neckline right there, getting above, let's call it 10.5 to 11. That will trigger or at least confirm a 12-year long Renko bottom right here. So that 10.5 is really, really important. I think if we want to go over to the regular candles, you can also see why that $10 level is so right there. You can see it actually. There it is. So you can see this is standard candles. Again, getting above, you know, that long-term inverted head and shoulders right there at roughly 10. Makes sense. So there's a good alignment here. But also on, you know, the regular candles, it is pretty damn close to breaking out of a 10-year long pattern right there. Again, when you use Renko, you should not use log scale, by the way. Don't use log scale. But again, beautiful 12-year long bottoming pattern there on the Renko for UUU. That's Energy Fuels. Last but not least, we have good old Banner Man. The fan favorite from down under, you can say. Look at it here. You can clearly see where I want to take you. One line chart, golden trend line. Boop. I would have preferred this to be there, then it would have been textbook stuff. But again, and then we're grinding it here with a small bull flag. Let's zoom in for the people. You can see here, we grind it below in that bull flag. Breaking out, retesting, resumption on a Renko. Bannerman looks fantastic. Am I saying that we're going back to these highs here? I have no idea, but at least for now we have a, again, roughly, what's that, 15, 16-year long, 17-year long golden trend line breakout right here, down at these levels. And yes, you also have some inverted head and shoulders going on here, so we need to get, we're right at the border actually, when I just see it here. So getting above 4.20 again, the goddamn 4.20, you know, the 42 and 4.20 dollar level on any chart, it just seems to have a magnet to it. Anyways, that's a bit off topic, but again, you can see it here, a one-line chart really, boom, and there you have it. And yeah, so that's Renko for you. Again, I urge you to just, you don't have to be an expert. I'm by no means an expert. but I like to use the Renko just every week, looking at the charts that I'm looking at every day. Flip it to Renko and just see where we are at. You will see charts very different, very, very different. When you see the Renko again here, clearly 2008 breakdown from that massive topping pattern. That's your exit, right? So Renko, we're telling you right there, January 2008, get the hell out, right? It is sometimes, again, a one-liner there. So that is all, guys, for the Renko. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, check out the video where we compared juniors to Cameco. If you have, it's a long video, half an hour. But again, I think it has good value. Guys, thank you for tuning back in. And also, thank you. I want to show you 7,000 followers on Twitter. Beautiful. Highly appreciate every single one. Guys, have a great Sunday. And yeah, the markets or the futures is opening in roughly 1.5 hours my time. Guys, stay safe. Bye.